program I do is similar to what Linford Christie did when he competed back in the 80s and 90s. So it's very intense. We don't really have like recovery days or recovery weeks. So what I do in between my sessions is very important.
I think recovery is one of the most important things for an athlete. I mean, they train today and they got to come back the next day to do the same thing again. And the thing is, what we do, we always, once we finish training, we think, oh God, no, not again, I hate this thing. And then the next day you come back and you do the same thing.
I first used the PHYSIOLAB unit at Brisbane, Gold Coast, at the Commonwealth Games. I just came out the doctor's office and he told me I had torn my tendon, that I had a slight tear in there. And I remember just feeling disheartened. He said it might take 6 weeks, basically is what he said. And I think at that moment my heart stopped. I was like, 6 weeks? I started to count the dates. I pulled out my calendar and I was like, 6 weeks takes me to May. That's not going to happen. I've got an outdoor season I'm at the Commonwealth Games in Gold Coast. I'm supposed to be competing in 2 weeks. So then I used the ankle boot, and I remember when it got to 6 degrees, it was so cold I wanted to take it off because I was like, oh, this feels worse than the actual tear itself. But once I took it off, I could walk with no pain. It was really weird. And I remember calling Linford in London, he says I've torn it, but I really don't feel like I've torn it. After the inflammation's gone down from using the PHYSIOLAB unit, it feels so much better.
Well, the reason I thought about PHYSIOLAB for Margaret and the other athletes is, first of all, Margaret told me about it. And she told me, when she was out in Brisbane, in Australia, at Commonwealth Games, and how good it was for her to help her recover, because she was ringing me first saying, oh, I've got a problem with my Achilles and everything else. And once, she'd been treated or used the machine, she felt a lot better.
My Achilles have really been the setbacks for me in making teams and representing the country. So for the next 2 years, the first thing I want to do is keep my injuries at bay. And it's not that I'm getting new injuries, it's the same injury that's reoccurring, which is my tendons. So why I've invested in getting the PHYSIOLAB S1 unit is to help me.
Well, to see Margaret smile and all the other athletes smile, not saying I'm trying to be biased or anything, that is, for me a big part. It's a big part of my motivation. But like I said, I love the sport and I got a lot from the sport, so I think it's only right that I give something back. And they say the best thing you do is to do it yourself, and the second best is to teach others. And for me, I've done it myself now. I'm just trying to teach others and try and make someone, or some people happy.
To get to Tokyo 2020, I feel like, because I've planned it as that's going to be my last Olympics, it's more than just getting there, I think. I want to get there and do something and perform, not just participate, because I've been to 2 Olympics where I've just been there. I want to go there and compete. That's why I'm here today, and that's why I've invested in the PHYSIOLAB S1, because I know that if I can keep my injuries at bay, that anything's possible.